if you can talk about your experiences here in Cuba.
Yeah, I mean it's been amazing. Like I thought it would be. Um, we started off in Havana, and then we went to Vinales, went to Matanza, which I a bit hit and miss depending on how okay you are with it being a small town. It's cheaper than Valadero, but you know it's up to you. From there, I went to Cienfuegos, and then there Trinidad and back here, all in 2 weeks. I mean, if I had to do it again, I would probably go less places and spend more days because I felt I was rushed. But there's little things like you have to be wary. Everyone's trying to help you, which is nice, but then there's always not always, but sometimes there's a price for their help. So maybe sometimes it's best if someone's really going out of their way to say no thank you, and then you'll find something yourself. Otherwise you might have to pay an extra commission. Also be careful with the change in restaurants and receipts. I think sometimes you get shortchanged, and sometimes the difference between cooks and convertibles. So with nationales, which is the local currency, it normally has a picture of an individual, so a person's face on the notes, whereas with cooks, it's normally buildings or landmarks and things like that. So and also in convertibles they have it on there. But if you want a quick and ready way, that's a good way to identify if you've handed over cooks and been given back nationales, and kind of leaves you out of pocket. But that's painting a bad picture. It's not negative at all. People are lovely. The atmosphere is fantastic. Music in the streets everywhere. And even just now here at the hostel, there's so much going on. It's full of life. You can't deny that. And for all the things they don't have, they seem happy. And I'm very safe as well. I've never felt threatened or like I might have my things stolen or I shouldn't be in a certain area. Everything's been pretty great.
Interesting places you've gone to the last 2 weeks here?
I mean, everywhere has been really interesting and really different for different reasons. I mean, Havana, obviously, being the capital, it's got a very large tourist crowd, but not overly tourist at all. This is the high season, and I've not felt like it's been too crowded with tourists. But I think the highlights for me probably when I was in Vinales. You can go horse riding into the mountains. It's an amazing experience, but as I said before, never accept the first price. They start stupidly high, you go stupidly low, and then you come to an agreement. You're going to have to pay more than locals. I think if you come to Cuba and you expect to pay the same as the locals, you're mistaken, because you're not a local, you're a tourist, and you have to pay a tourist price. But then it's just the amount you pay, you be careful for. But the horse riding in Vinales was awesome. It was a really nice experience and a nice day. And the atmosphere in Trinidad, they have a place, it's called, I think, it's a Castel de Musica, but they're all called Castel de Musica. It's on the steps in the main square, and everyone just hangs out there in the evening, the music's blaring out from different places, and sit on the steps and, watch the sun go down.
Do you want to add anything?
No, I mean, Cuba's been everything. I think that what I'd say about Cuba is come with an open mind. Obviously, it's beautiful. But the same as any country in the world, whether it's London, Paris or New York, it has its poverty areas where it's a bit run down and it's a bit shaky. But I think if you look past it, and the people, it can be intimidating at first, but it's once you get used to it, it's a beautiful place, and you just have to pick out the beautiful pieces to look at, and turn a blind eye to the things that aren't so good.